So when we were discussing this, there were two options. Either this is like this open community that is kind of nobody's paying for anything, but then also the return on that is not necessarily very valuable. The other option that we were talking about is having this organization where you have membership. So that is not completely open to everyone, but only to those who are paying members. But for their payment, they actually get something in return. Yeah. So they get certain support from the organization, but they also at the same time support all these other members in the community, so the ones that are kind of paying members. So for example, they get to work on a certain project, and this organization can provide funding, yeah, from the membership fee, or even from, I don't know, writing certain grants, or, you know, gaining money from outside. At the same time, the paying members would get a lower fee for the community meetups that so far we agreed on meeting twice a year. That is the original agreement from Paris. And if anyone else wants to join this meeting, which is completely fine, they can, but they would have to pay full price. Another benefit of a paying membership would be, for example, access to the online meetups. They would be accessible, for example, only for these members. And if anyone else from the outside wants to join, of course they can, but then they have to pay price for entering that. Sometime or later on, we can again do a certain kind of a survey about the needs of the community and of the members to find out whether there is something that they would welcome or not.
We think also that the energy that a community needs to carry on and to grow are usually based on people that spend that energy a lot and that get out of energy at the end. And what we want is having a community that really go along and grow with new members, but also for the members that are inside the community to grow professionally. So they will grow professionally by peer sharing, of course. That's why we want that community, but we also want the people who involve their time and to spend their energy for the sake of this community to get a return on it, and by the ability to create some services or product that will be a benefit for the members, and by doing so they will receive the support from the community to make it sustainable and with tangible profit. And the idea is that the other members will benefit from these services or products with a lower price, or even with a free price, depending on the business model of this service and products. While the other ones that are not part of this community will have to pay the full price to get it. But the idea is to have a kind of commercial sustainable aspect that each action that is put in place within this community is standalone and sustainable for a long time. Mm-hmm. As you can see in this picture, there's people who are willing to pay for these products and services because they are meaningful to them. And those people are paying those price, and part of this price is either going to, of course, to the member that own the project and service, but also a part of it can feed back the membership, the community itself, for it also again to be sustainable.
Plus, one thing that I know that we've been talking about quite a lot and is not necessarily mentioned here in this proposal, but eventually certain kind of certification or accreditation is going to be really needed, and the community is kind of calling for that more and more from what I hear. And in order to set that up, it's a long process, and there needs to be somebody who's kind of rewarded also for this kind of efforts, and who's, for example, going to be in charge of the certification or whatever, you know, name or brand, kind of label we give it.
And these are the reasons that we ask for your understanding about money and why any organization, in whatever form it's put together, is needed. Because without this, we cannot make the life cycle that Nico and Bia have talked about. And that is what we are trying to build here.
So what we got here is a member-centered community, which wants high content from its members, and to do so, they want to make sure that the incentive is not only about just pure willingness to come and share, but it's also about retributing duly, like we all do with our clients. None of us work for free. And so we want the same thing within the community. And we believe this format is currently the only one that does so. Therefore, come and fill the survey. We need to know.
That was nicely put, Ollie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the video. There we go.
Guys, I love that.
Yeah, let's see if this is going to mess it all up even more, or this is going to make it fun.
Probably.